Hello YouTube, this is Lizard Jesus bringing you guys another Rise of Kingdoms video. In this video, this is entering KVK. I will be talking about my kingdom, my KVK matchup, the plans for KVK, what commanders I'm going to be using, what pairs I'm going to be using, my equipment and armaments, as well as a little bit of history about some of the kingdoms I've been in here, because believe it or not, well, look at that again. We've got 2000. So, we are going up against 1960, and I'm fighting for 3060. This is my first Imperium KVK since I was in 1945. And the last time I fought an Imperium KVK, being in 1945, my best March was Constantine, Joan of Arc. Yes, that is how long ago it was. This was back when Constantine, Purple Joan of Arc was a viable support march. So this is going to be interesting for me. It's going to be my first Imperium KVK. Our leadership actually specifically instructed us not to drain ourselves this KVK because we know that like you're just not going to beat 960, and pretty much everyone in our kingdom was okay with that. We would have actually skipped another KVK registration if we were allowed, but we weren't. We were forced into this one. So the fact that our leadership was okay with us not draining ourselves is kind of cool. 2000. Kingdom 2000. I was allies with Kingdom 2000 when I was in 2608, and I went against Chisco's Restart Kingdom. So 2000 was an Imperium in that time, and I was also enemies with 2000 in my last KVK when I was in 2501. So I know what 2000 is going to bring. I actually am going to keep my eye on 2000. I know 2000, that's a fighting kingdom. 2000 is a fighting kingdom. So if you're from 2000, shout out to you. I know that you guys have really good depth when it comes to your players. You guys don't have like a massive roster, but your roster is full of good equipment players, max commanders, a decent amount of max tech players. So 2000 is one of the kingdoms that we should be keeping an eye out for this one. I don't know too much about 3275. As for 3060, this is my first KVK with them at all. Actually, I just migrated here. Yeah. I'm gonna go not all out in this KVK, but I'm gonna be going pretty. I think I'm gonna be doing lots of field fighting. In this KVK, as I said, our leadership instructed us to not drain ourselves, which is good because this is a good chance for me to really, now that I'm in a position with my account where like I finally have some viable pairs that I can sort of make out, and like I've got an idea, like I've been playing Rise of Kingdoms long enough that I kind of have an idea of what to do. This KVK is going to be a crucial point for my account in development because this is going to be the KVK where I really kind of test out what to do in the open field. I've been playing them for a long time, but I've only actually participated in like 4 KVKs. 3265. I believe 3265 is the kingdom where Shappy Gaming is in. Shout out Shappy Gaming. He's a BTC. He's a big time chiller. Me and him have talked off sometimes. He's a chill dude. Yeah, 1960. Oh man, I'm not expecting to beat them at all. So let's just jump right into the rest of it. So I am still rocking the France civilization. The reason why I am rocking the France civilization is because I think spending 10,000 gems for a city change is an absolute bogus way to spend your gems. I also understand it's kind of hard to get civilization change names. They're really expensive in the Alliance shop, and they only give them out once a year whenever a new civilization is released. I have saved up one just for an emergency. I always have one, like, just for emergencies, and then when I have like 2 or 3, maybe like for example, this KVK I'm not going to go all out because we're going against 960, but if I had access, if I had like 2 or maybe 3 civilization changes, I would switch to Korea, I would speed through a bunch of research, and then go back to my civ. We are going to go over my commanders now. My main commanders this KVK are going to be Hermann Prime and Scipio Prime. I'm not going to be using Nevsky a whole lot. My Nevsky is super underpowered, and his equipment is just very, very mediocre. If everything was talented, I'm not going to lie, I would run him like, as one of like my primary marches if everything was talented, but it's not. And I'm looking to replace the gloves and the boots. The helmet I'll replace last. As for the chest, the equipment piece, and the legs, I'm going to keep these for a while because these are actually really good pieces. But the pieces that I'm looking to replace in the future are going to be first my boots. Like, yeah, these got to go. These got to go. And then the gloves. Let's go to my Hermann Prime. This is what my equipment is looking like for my Hermann Prime. It's actually all right. I'm not going to lie. It's okay. My armaments for Hermann Prime. So I'm rocking, these are the stats I'm rocking. They're okay, but I've got Valiant. So this troop deals 1% extra damage. This is nothing crazy. Extra damage to barbarians. It's actually good for KVK. I like this specifically so that I can farm barbarians lots. I've got extra defense here, and then I've got 2% extra all damage while I'm on the map, which is freaking fire. Who will I be running Hermann Prime with? Well, it is not ZL. Yes, I know people are probably gonna talk whatever they want. That's fine. I actually appreciate all the comments, but I do not like Hermann ZL. Hermann ZL, in my opinion, is the best Canyon March in the game. But for the open field, last KVK, I was super frustrated. I was extremely frustrated with how slow ZL's march speed is. That the moment I get swarmed, especially as a player who's not max tech, I don't have amazing equipment, I'm gonna get hit bad. It's not ZL. I'm not saying I'm benching ZL. There's going to be some times where I will use him, like maybe at an altar fight where you're not doing too much running around. You just, like, at an altar fight, I'll be using Hermann ZL. But for the open field, I am actually going to be using my Relic Tamiris. I'm trying to get my Tamiris to 5155, but right now at 5222, it's not terrible with the Relic, considering that her Relic is bringing 15% archer health and 10% march speed. It's actually decent. And when you get those stacks high with Tamiris, anyone that has Tamiris knows that she melts people, So my archer march is going to be Hermann Prime and Tamiris Relic. I have two main marches, this KVK, and then I have like 3 marches, and then, yeah. Okay. My second main march, I'm going to be sticking with CPO and Honda. I just think it's just such a good pair. This pair works so well. This is the equipment for my CPO. It's okay. My armaments is the reason why I'm actually running Honda. Every time I use an active skill, I'm getting 10% attack. Every time I use an active skill, I'm dealing extra damage. I'm dealing 5 extra damage whenever I'm at 70% rage, and CPO kind of has a bit of a slower rage engine, which is awesome. Increased extra health, increased extra attack, and I deal 2.5% more skill damage of all types and 1% more counter attack damage. Man, this is going to be my top tier march. Skippy Honda. Honda's bringing, it's double AoE. Honda's bringing extra troops, massive skill damage. I think Honda's one of the more underrated guys, and I vouch for Honda a lot. My third march. This is going to be not my main march, but it's going to be kind of my backup. And that's going to be Nevsky with double relic Minamoto. My Minamoto is expertise, and it's a lot of damage. Honestly, it's a lot of single target damage. It's a single target march. I'm going to practice around with like Nevsky Honda. I know that's a good march, but for the most part, I'm just going to be using Hermann Tommy, Skippy Honda, Nevsky with Minamoto. Now, I have another march which I will be running a little bit more often than people will think, and I will make sure to make some content, but it's actually going to be my double relic Constantine with Liu Che. My Liu Che is 5525, and with Constantine's double relic, this is a really good march. These are my armaments. I've got extra health here. I'm taking less skill damage, 3% more counterattack damage. Constantine gets swarmed a lot. But you know what? The normal damage from this march is really good, honestly. It's pretty good. And I like bringing Constantine to the field. The reason being is that with the introduction of smite damage, his active skill sort of has become a little bit more relevant again. And the reason is because he's reducing all types of damage. People forget that. There's not a whole lot of ways to really battle normal damage right now. But Constantine is taking 10% less all damage, which is nice. So my 3 main marches this KVK are going to be Skippy Honda, Herman Tamiris, and double relic Khan with Liu Che. Commanders that I'm benching Guan. I liked Guan as a super cheap investment. Guan is the perfect 5-1-1-1 commander, but his time's done, bro. He's just not it, especially at 5-1-1-1. Like, I don't know, bro. ZL, I'm gonna be benching this KVK for the most part. I'll bring him out at an altar fight when there's not a whole lot of march speed. But look, dude, you gotta have the march speed for the open field. ZL is not bringing that, and that's honestly so tough. Yeah, guys. So I'm just gonna think if I missed anything. That's pretty much it for what I'm running. So for the outro of this video, I guess we'll just show you some canning. Yeah, I guess I covered everything. Hey, I showed you guys my armaments, my commanders, my pairs. I'm pretty excited for this KVK, honestly. It's gonna be good. I think this is actually gonna be one of the better KVKs for my account. 960 Diplo, we were talking about it. We got mail from our king saying that 960 Diplo was pretty much agreed to let everyone go to Kingsland. Although I don't think that we're going to be seeing 960 a whole lot. I believe that us going to 960 Diplo had agreed to let everyone go to Kingsland, but one of our enemy camps is right beside us. They're going to be pretty much the ones to decide if we do or don't. They're either going to close us out of Kingsland or not. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see about that. And I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy, let me know. Let me know if you want me to cover this KVK a lot. I know, like, in the past, I've covered some of my KVK, but not a whole lot. I gotta be honest with you guys, there's not gonna be a whole lot of fighting except for some altar fights, because we're pretty much gonna be just doing altars and then waiting until Kingsland. So that's kind of a bummer, but it should be alright. Anyways, I hope you guys are all having an awesome time out there. Yeah. And see you guys in the next one.